enjoy me getting rejected for a minute straight.
I just want to say I think you're really cute, and I was wondering if I could get your Snapchat.
Fuck no.
Excuse me?
Nah, I'm good. Trust me. I don't know, you just kind of busted looking.
Any chance?
No. I literally told you last time you're ugly. Like, I don't fuck with you. I don't want you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
said no last time.
I'm sorry. I just thought I'd try with a different approach.
And it didn't work.
Cute. I was wondering if I can get your Snapchat.
No.
Is there a reason? Just.
No offense. I'm only into like blonde chicks, to be honest.
But I mean, I used to be blonde.
But you're not blind. You see, that's the problem.
Okay. Well.
You kind of look like Miss Piglet from the Muppets. I'm sorry. Have a good day.
When a man rejects a woman, honesty is always the best policy. He can let her know in a kind and respectful manner that he doesn't feel a romantic connection or that he's not ready for a relationship. It's important to be clear and direct in communication to avoid any misunderstandings or hurt feelings. Additionally, it's crucial to remember that rejection is a normal part of dating and doesn't define one's worth as a person.
This is how I never feel rejected by women anymore. See, feeling rejection is just a mirror of how you feel about yourself. If you ask a woman on a date and she says no, and you feel rejected, then it's literally just you rejecting yourself. You're creating rejection in your own mind. When you realise that it's simply your duty to work on your communication skills, work on your self-confidence and work on your life, and then simply go and actively meet women and express yourself and let those women make a decision if they're right for you or not, then it's no longer rejection. It's simply just your job, your duty as a man. Every no from a woman is simply a learning experience and one step closer to what you actually want. When you see it like this, you can celebrate the so-called rejection and realise that you're just one step closer to winning than you were before. It's simply a step in the right direction.
It is not possible to never be rejected by a woman, as rejection is a normal part of dating and relationships. People have different preferences, needs, and desires, and it's okay if someone doesn't feel a romantic connection with you. The key is to approach dating with a positive and confident attitude, and to respect the feelings and decisions of others. By focusing on your own happiness and self-worth, you will be more likely to attract healthy and fulfilling relationships. It's also important to remember that rejection is not a reflection of your worth as a person.
Experience rejection maybe 10 times in your entire life, maybe 20 times. Obviously, like online texting shit, like, you know, some girl that you've never even met before on Tinder or something stops replying to your message, that doesn't count. But like a real rejection of you walking up to a girl, saying something in the sense that you like her, and then her saying, oh no, sorry, I've got a boy for her. Most young guys have only been rejected like 3 times, and it hurts so significantly. But the pain of rejection starts up here, and it goes down dramatically with every single one that you get. And I promise you that any of the guys who are slightly older than you, who are quite experienced with women, have been rejected by 10 times as many as you can think.
When a man is rejected by a woman, it can be disappointing, but it's important to remember that rejection is a normal part of dating and doesn't define your worth as a person. The best way to react to a rejection is to be respectful and understanding. Avoid blaming the woman or being negative towards her. Instead, try to see the rejection as an opportunity to learn and grow. Reflect on what you could do differently in future relationships and focus on self-improvement. It's also important to take care of yourself emotionally, by surrounding yourself with supportive friends and engaging in activities that bring you joy. Remember that rejection is not permanent, and there are many other opportunities to meet someone who will appreciate and value you for who you are. We'll go over what men can do now to attract women, and why being Mr. Nice Guy won't get them anywhere. I'll begin by sharing a personal story that illustrates why women can find value in men who don't always treat them nicely. When I was in the 6th or 7th grade and had developed real feelings for a girl, I made the same mistakes that many naive BP guys do. I showered her with attention right away and told her how much I admired her. At once, I began to treat every girl I'd ever liked as if they were a princess and give them my undivided attention, even when I felt no attraction toward them. Sometimes women would show interest in me, but as soon as my feelings for them began to develop, I'd do something incredibly stupid, and they'd suddenly lose interest in me. Here's the short version. The first girl I ever had feelings for was my girlfriend. But she broke my heart when she got tired of me, as most women would if they were dating a simp. It was the first time a girl had ever told me that I was basically not good enough for her. and my friends were as shocked as I was. Thankfully, testosterone went out. I got mad at this woman, and I eventually moved on by the time I ran into her again. The rub was that I was treating women with the same indifference that stereotypical men would, and while that may sound bad, it wasn't as bad as it was made out to be. They found it to be fantastic. It wasn't until recently that I found the courage to assert my identity and values. It wasn't that I was trying to avoid the issue or be polite. All I did was express how I actually feel. You were very fortunate to be so close to me if that was my exit from the freeway. Since this happened, I've been surrounded by strife. The chain of events that followed was sparked by my egotism, intelligence, and arrogance. The girl I was seeing cheated on me with my roommate, so as I got taller and more popular, the girl I had put on a pedestal and who had ignored me for so long suddenly wanted me. After dating for a few months, during which I kept a respectful distance from her except when she was wheezing, she couldn't throw herself at me any more than she already was. It was only after I had successfully persuaded the girls that the relationship ended the moment they were treated with respect and dignity that I realized that our upbringing had been wrong. Girls don't like dating nice guys because they know they'll still be around after they've exhausted all the available bad boys in the area. Instead, they prefer to focus their attention on the villains, who they see as a challenge to be transformed into heroes. There will be no more days when men are expected to be the stereotypically aggressive, superior types. This holds true everywhere and at all times. Generally speaking, it's not a good idea to take guidance from married people. Married people aren't necessarily bad people, and single people don't have the same motivations and goals as married people. So if a married man were to tell you otherwise, you'd know he was lying about having a wife. This isn't like a normal marriage at all. Married men are different from single men because their physical and emotional needs are taken care of, and fatherhood further alters their behavior because they are now primarily concerned with the well-being of their children. My grades improved, my social life flourished, and I generally had a better time after I ditched my old, weakling self and worked on developing stereotypically masculine traits. Funny people wanted to hang out with me, and attractive women were interested in me. Whether you're a high school senior, a college freshman, or a recent grad still looking for love, never forget that you are a true treasure to the world. You need only get in touch with the true nature of manhood, which consists of being as uncomplicated and unattractive to women as possible. Sometimes a man's true character needs to be manipulated. Over and over, people in your life will tell you to tone it down, soften up, and do X or Y. Men have finally come to terms with the nature of women and for the first time, have truly begun to understand what it takes to make relationships last and what it takes to increase their desirability and attractiveness in women, making this realization one of the most significant revelations of our time. Some men have been so badly hurt by women that they'd rather live alone in peace than deal with the emotional upheaval that comes with maintaining romantic relationships.